Okay, these are Ethiopian angel dreams, and 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 so what happened was I think I had angels protecting me. Now my son wanted to come down to where I'm at now, so I did, right. And so my story was like I moved to I shared with the beautician place with these ladies, and it was nice there, but I had to move, so I moved, and you know, for a couple of years, I just did videos on YouTube. I was kind of sick because I ran my body to the ground. But I think my face has gotten a little better, but my face it was like really bad before. It's still bad, but if you look at my early videos from like 5 years ago, it was really bad. The first videos I did, that's when I was in Oyster Bay, and I was having water dreams. Okay. I was having water dreams. Now the water dreams, I'm down south, right? And we missed that Hurricane Joe Queen. And where Hurricane Sandy was, right? I used to live there, right? I left in 2010. Now, around 1995, I was having bad dreams about water, right? But they started increasing since 1995 over the years, right? And when you go, like, there was one picture of a storm that happened right after Hurricane Sandy, and the Hicksville Oyster Bay sign for Route 110 right off Northern Parkway was halfway submerged in water. I'm gonna try and find a link and put it at the bottom. And when I saw that, my heart jumped, because like I was having dreams when I was in Oyster Bay about water hitting the coastline. We had some bad storms in Oyster Bay. It was like the water was flowing in the streets. It was weird, because I would talk to some of the people there, and they said, I talked to an 85-year-old and a 60-year-old, and they would tell me that when they were younger, the beach would go out for miles. You could walk in Oyster Bay on the beach for miles, all the way out. And over the years, it's like right on the coastline. And even when I was there between 2007 and 2010, the water was jumping on. It was like the water was just coming up. Okay, and if that Hurricane Joaquin hit, I don't think we would be here. I really don't think, because other South people, I've been posting my dreams, right? And sometimes people make fun of me, especially a lot of racists or a lot of white racists and black racists give me the hardest time. They would email me and say, "Oh, you're mentally ill," and all this stuff. Yeah, maybe I'm mentally ill, but it doesn't negate the fact that I'm having dreams about water on the coastline since 1995. The dreams about water keep bugging me. And then 3 years ago, dreams about serial killers shooting up schools, right? Then about 10 years ago, I was dreaming about people in satanic robes, they're wearing black, white, and red robes in ceremonies. And lo and behold, now Satanists are coming out, and they're demanding that they put their Satanist 10 Commandments near the whole country. They want the Satanists are coming out of the woodwork now. Okay? So God is telling me something. God, 4 years ago, I didn't even think about Israel. All of a sudden, overnight, I'm supporting Israel, because God told me in dreams to support Israel. And with the Messianic Jewish movement growing in Israel among Jews, and so Jews have to take us into the Holy Land, okay? And also, I was having dreams about Ethiopian Jews. I think there's a link, maybe Bob Marley, maybe I used to hang out with Ras Marvin. He has, maybe there's a link there between Ethiopia. Ethiopia was the only black country not to become enslaved. The civil rights, any black person that got us out of slavery, it was never any other religion. It was always a Christian, a Bible-believing Christian who was black or white, who got us out of slavery. 95% of all Christians are fake, phony, or they mix it with other religions. Okay, Bible-believing Christians, even 2,000 years ago, the first people who wanted freedom and democracy for the ancient Romans were always Christians. They had to throw them to the lions, right? So, the Ethiopian dreams, Ethiopian angels, I think, are telling me that it's something to do with the Ethiopia. I have been having Ethiopian dreams. Well, the first year I had about Ethiopian dreams happened around 2003. That's about 12, 13 years ago. Hi. I'm sorry my hair is a mess. Sometimes I get home from work and I let my hair down. And I have to go to work again. I'm doing a 12-hour shift. And sometimes I just put my hair up and I don't have time to do it right. I just got to a mess. That's why I got this t-shirt. I'm a mess. After this eclipse, I feel something good's going to happen. I feel something changed in the air. I feel something good is going to happen. I think that the Confederate marching, I didn't think that this would happen during a Trump presidency, and my son voted for Trump. I for the record, like, people in my family scream at me for not voting for Obama or Hillary, but I can't vote for the Democrat Party because I really do think that the welfare system is the mark of the beast. A drug dealer told me that years ago, that like she was used to be a drug dealer, and she said she was spent time in jail, and she finally got out, but she think God was warning her that she has to stop selling drugs and stop being a bad person, because God was going to punish her. Okay? But anyway, I feel with the Confederacy, I think you had Americans from all race groups like fighting back the Confederacy, and it's not just the Confederacy, it's the Nazis. Like, if it was just the Confederacy, like rednecks, okay, it wouldn't be, the Confederacy lost the war and stuff like that. But the Confederacy actually spawned off the American Indian genocide. They spawned off Nazis because the Nazis in Germany and Russia got, first Germany, there's a lot of Nazis around the world, and they got the ideas from Nazism from the Confederacy. But I also want to say something, that the Confederacy also spawned Islam, because black Americans were treated so bad that the white American Christians actually spawned off Islam terrorists. Okay, Ronald Reagan gave the Muslims money to fight the communists. Communism fell from its own corruption, and now we have Muslims. So when I'm predicting that capitalism, communism, Muslims, Black Africa fell. So all these Afrocentrics like Al-Sharptenen introduced during the slave theater, I used to go there 20 years ago, that's falling apart because a lot of the Africans are into voodoo and witchcraft and cannibalism, and things are so bad in Africa and the West Indies and the black American community that blacks have to go to other races for help. So fuck the NAACP, fuck the Nation of Islam, fuck Afrocentrics, fuck hip-hop music, fuck liberal Hollywood. I hate liberals, conservatives, black racists, white racists, Japanese racists. I hate the Hindu caste system. Anyway, the world has to change, okay? Because just the fact that we're on YouTube talking and able to talk is a miracle. Like, I'm descended from slaves. It took people from all different race groups to band together to fight evil, okay? It took, and like, you have a lot of blacks sided with the Confederacy, like, because I'm black, I see something different. Like, when I went to Howard University, groups like the NAACP and black Muslims really are not progressive, okay? That's another video. But a lot of blacks during slavery sided with the slave owners. That's why slavery lasted so long, okay? So, if you're an Uncle Tom, you're just as guilty as the Confederacy. And that goes for Islam. To Islam, slavery still lasts to this day. And to be honest with you, I think the state of Israel and Jews are hated by everyone, by whites, blacks, everyone around the world hates Jews. I think Satan is doing this is because he knows Christ is coming back through the Jewish bloodline. Now, a lot of Jews don't believe in Christ. That's true. But the ones that do, these are Messianic Jews, or they're Jews back 50 years ago. They're the Jews for Jesus set up in San Francisco. I actually donate to them whenever I can. So, I feel that, like, after yesterday was the eclipse, right? And I went to work last night. I take care of old people, and when I got out from work, it was like the atmosphere and the air changed. It was the same change I felt today that I felt the day after 9/11. The day after 9/11, in September 12, 2011, it was the air and the atmosphere. I came from New York. I came this close to going to New York because I have a weird last name. I was going to go to the Vital Records Department in New York. I used to live on Long Island, and then I had to, ironically, a week later after 9/11, I went there. I had to go there because I had to get my name corrected. But something happened. I didn't feel like going to work or something like that. And like I was going to go to the mall. Let's say I probably could have been dead. And ironically, my sister went to high school with the guy Leroy Homer in that plane crash in Philadelphia. And it was weird. I did a video on the 9/11 synchronicity. It was really weird what happened. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, now after 9/11, right, I was working at a hospital in Long Island, right, and I was talking to this Spanish guy. He was like Latino or Spanish, and I was in the supply room with him. I was getting supplies for patients, and me and him were talking. He said, the world is not going. Me and him were talking. Said the world is not going to be the same anymore after this, and it was like the atmosphere changed. And in some of my dreams over the past couple of years, I have been having dreams about World War III. And I have the dreams that Jews are winning the war. And when the Jews win this war, the atmosphere, there's water all around, and the Jews are winning. I see Jews with black on, like the Orthodox Jews, like kind of taking over. And in my dreams, like the atmosphere is very silent and quiet. And I'm seeing American Indians. I'm going to do a dream. I erased these videos a couple years ago because I was ashamed of them. I did some pictures of them, but I'm going to do some more videos because I think some with the Indians, they're coming up again. The Indians or the Indians. I'm having dreams about Indians. I think I'm part American Indian because I'm very black, but my mother looks like an Indian. Because during slavery, there was lots of rape. A lot of blacks and Indians owned slaves, and that's why it was easy for Muslims and whites to enslave blacks and Indians. So if you're black or Indian, don't sell drugs, don't go on welfare, and don't put anyone in slavery because it will happen to you. Because I'm descended from slaves. If you put someone in slavery, it will happen to you. Just like I'm down south, a lot of these rednecks vote Republican, and they ain't got a pot to piss in. Or there's like a lot of black people vote Democrat. They ain't got a pot. They're living under the bridge. They ain't got shit. They're losing their jobs. So I voted for Ross Perot and Ralph Nader, and I believe in freedom, democracy for everyone, okay, and the Bible. The Bible is the key to liberation, as well as science and technology. I'm a Quaker because Quakers had a balance between male and female, science and technology, and religion. Anyway, when I woke up, I was scared. I was kind of scared of the eclipse. When I was like at work and stuff like that, and I took a nap. I went to sleep when I came back home for a couple of hours. Then I got up again. I have to go back to work in about 2 hours, but I felt the energy in the air was different, kind of like after 9/11. I feel after 9/11, and this lady called Mary, she's my mother's friend. She came over to the house. She passed on, and she actually said that 9/11 maybe it was a blessing in disguise because people won't be so into themselves. Like New Yorkers are very nasty people, and after that, I think people, for a while in New York, people were nicer to each other. So I think after like the Confederacy and Nazis marching, and after this eclipse, and after World War III is coming, a lot of people feel that Jesus Christ is coming back. A lot of people are, will say, enough's enough because what happened to the American Indians and blacks affected everyone, and how like Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement, that affected the whole world. Now everyone can come to America if they want to, and like they can start their own business and stuff like that. But I think liberals hijacked, and feminists and black racists hijacked the civil rights movement because the left wing is just as satanic as the right wing alt-right. So I do videos on it. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna vote Democrat. I'm not gonna be on welfare because it creates crime. Okay. I'm not gonna support hip hop music because it's a satanic music art form. It's black racism. I'm not gonna support Faraknin or Al-Sharptenen or Obama. I'm not gonna vote for someone because he's black or vote for Hillary because she's a woman. Just to end the video, I think there's something in the air changed for the good after the eclipse. And I think that Muslim terrorists, the redneck Confederates, Nazis, even the street gangs, like before I left Central Islip, there was a street gang, MS-13. They wrote MS-13 or MS-12 on my fence. And like it's the last hurrah for them too. Because like somebody's like, I believe that if you're down with the devil right now, no matter what race you are, if you're a male or female, you're going to be judged for what you are, okay? So that's it basically. Okay, that's it.